In this video, I'll give you a first look at the Instax Mini LiPlay camera. Hi, I'm Matej and welcome to my channel. Let's have a look at the new Instax Mini LiPlay camera. The Instax Mini LiPlay is a hybrid camera. Hybrid camera is a term that Fujifilm invented for these cameras. What it is a combination of a simple digital camera with an Instax printer in one little box. The Instax Mini LiPlay comes in three colors: the elegant black, that's what I got, the stone white, and blush gold. The camera was announced only a few days ago and started shipping on June 14th, and the retail price at introduction is $160. This is not Fujifilm's first instant hybrid camera. They already have the Instax SQ10 and SQ20 for the square format. What I don't like about those, that you can't use the SQ10 and SQ20 as a printer from your smartphone. So this is the first hybrid camera that can serve as a camera and also as a Bluetooth printer from a smartphone. Let's jump into the unboxing. There's a flap here, we'll open it up. So top, here we have a couple things. Here we have the hand strap. In this compartment is the charging cable. It's a USB to micro USB. Here we have simple instructions on getting the smartphone app. Warranty documents, camera manual. The camera manual isn't super long, and here's a flap to actually get to the camera itself. It's nicely wrapped in the bubble wrap. Comes with a plastic protector on the LCD. On the front of the camera, we have the lens. Here's the LED flash. Here's the selfie mirror. This is the shutter button. And this is the voice recording function. On this side of the camera, we have the power button. 3 shortcut buttons for favorite picture frames. This little hole is for completely resetting the camera. This little hole is the microphone. And these 6 holes are the speakers. Under this flap, we have a micro SD card compartment. On the bottom, we have the USB port for charging. On this side, we just have the connector for the hand strap. On the top is the film ejection port. And on the back, we have quite a bit going on. So here is the film door. So to put the film in, we just open this up like that. We have the LCD screen. Here we have a 4-way controller with a menu or OK button. Here's a backwards button, playback button, and print button. Here on this side is a little grip to get a proper grip on the camera. So now let's take a look at the size compared to the Instax Mini 8. So you can see it's quite a bit smaller than the Instax Mini 8. So this camera, these two cameras use the same film. The Instax LiPlay is significantly smaller. Here you can see from the side and from the back. The reduction of size from the Instax Mini 8 to the LiPlay is the main reason why I bought this camera. For me, Instax is just a secondary camera. I use Canon DSLRs or mirrorless cameras, so I wouldn't really take just the Instax camera on its own. So it always takes a secondary place in my bag, so the reduction of size in the Instax Mini LiPlay is huge, so I can just always take it with me. Another huge advantage is that I can print pictures directly from my smartphone with the Instax Mini LiPlay. And just for comparison, let's also compare to the Instax Y300. You can see the Instax Y300 is huge compared to both of these cameras. The Instax White film is twice the size of the Instax Mini film, but this is really a beast of a camera and it's kind of hard to pack. So once we have the camera out of the box, we have to load the Instax Mini film into it so we can make some prints. First, we have to unwrap the film. There's a notch up here. You just pull down like that and take the film cartridge out. Then we pull on this lever that says film, pull it to the right, and it opens up the back door of the camera. After that, we align the yellow notch here to the yellow notch in the camera. So we just slide in like that. And then we push the door in to close it up. The camera automatically starts making noise and it will eject the dark slide or the film cover. That's just a black piece of plastic that protects the film from light while it's outside of the camera. Now we're ready to take pictures. Let's run quickly through the specs. The camera has a 5 megapixel sensor. It's a pretty small sensor. The size is 1/5 of an inch. The aperture is f2.0. The shutter speed varies from 1/4 of a second to 1/8000 of a second. And the ISO varies from ISO 100 to ISO 1600. Knowing any of these specs doesn't help you take any better pictures. But some of the other specs are useful. So the equivalent field of view is 28 millimeters. That is useful to know, so you can take nice wide landscape shots. It's a little bit too wide for portraits, but what's nice that since it's a digital camera, you can first crop onto the image before you print out the picture. The camera can focus from 10 centimeters, which is about 4 inches, all the way to infinity. So it's quite nice. You can take some nice macro shots with this camera as well. There's an exposure compensations plus or minus 2 EVs to lighten or darken the picture. The camera also has a self timer that you can set to 2 or 10-second delay. The flash here is a LED flash and has a working distance from 50 centimeters to 1.5 meters. So about 2 feet to 5 feet. So now let's go quickly over how to take pictures with the camera. Now I'll run you through all the different shooting modes. To turn on the camera, you have to push the power button, and when you push it, you have to hold it for a little bit for the camera to turn on. Once you hear the sound, the camera turns on. When you first turn on the camera, it gives you the different options of the 4-way controller on the screen. The top arrow of the 4-way controller selects the frame, so you can have no frame, antlers, a little heart, foliage, stripes, light effects, banner, speech bubble, photo in photo 1, photo in photo 2, and focused. The bottom arrow of the 4-way control selects the different filters. You can have no filter, stylish, vivid, fisheye, poster, black and white, sepia. The left arrow of the 4-way control selects the self-timer option. So you can have self-timer off, 2-second delay, or 10-second delay. To exit from any of these menus, you just select the return button. The right arrow of the 4-way control selects the different flash modes. You can have auto flash, force flash on, or suppressed flash off. I'll take a picture of myself. I'll use the selfie mirror to position myself with the camera. If you want to view the pictures you already taken, you press the middle button. Now you can run through the pictures with the left and right arrows. The top arrow of the 4-way controller selects the frames, so you can use the same frame as before, and the bottom arrow doesn't do anything. So what's interesting that I don't think you can do the different filters after you've taken the pictures. If you want to print a picture, you go to View Pictures, find the picture that you want to print. So let's say this one, you push the print button, then you select print, press OK, and now it's going to print. Done. Another useful feature is that we can zoom on the pictures we have taken. So once we are in the playback menu, we push zoom, and then we can zoom on just part of the picture. We can also position it back and forth. And then once we are happy with the positioning, we can print the picture. One thing that's a little bit of a surprise at first when you look at the LCD screen is that it's a lot lower resolution than what you might be used to from a modern smartphone. Here you can see how small the lens of the camera is. The lens is only this little dot in the middle of this circle. Here you can compare sizes of the lenses between the Instax Mini LiPlay and the iPhone XS. So expect the iPhone to have a much better image quality of the digital images. This might not matter in the prints because the prints are such low resolution that you might not be able to tell the difference between a good quality digital picture printed or a bad quality digital image printed. Now let's talk about the sound capture option. To capture sound, all you have to do is to push the button up front when you're taking a picture. So let's push the button now. And now it tells me that whenever I take a picture, now the camera will record sound before and after I take the picture. The total sound recording will be 10 seconds. Please subscribe to Matei Photo. And still recording now. To listen to the recording, you go to the playback button and push the bottom arrow. Please subscribe to Matei Photo. Now when we want to print this picture, it will give us an option to print with sound. So we can go all the way to print with sound, enter. Here we can change the position of the QR code. I'm going to put it on the bottom, and now I'm going to say OK for print. One thing to know that for the QR sound to work, you have to transfer the sound recording from the camera to your smartphone, and then the smartphone uploads it to the server. So now I have a picture that I took without sound. I'll push the sound record button on the front of the camera, and now it's recording what I wanted to say. Please subscribe to Matei Photo. To listen to the sound, we can just push the button. Now let's see how easy it is to pair the camera to the smartphone. So let's go to menu, go to Bluetooth settings, pairing registration, and set searching. We'll go to settings, Bluetooth settings, and it popped up there. Say pair. Now your pairing is complete. To make a direct print from the smartphone, we go to direct print, select image. Here's the image I want to take. I want to zoom on it a little bit, like that. And now we say print. Print. It takes a little while to transfer, and then it prints it out. The app is used for transferring the sound from the camera. You can also select remote shooting. You can do live view. Here you can map the different frames to the shortcut buttons on the side of the camera. These 1, 2, 3 buttons. This is the direct print button. And here you can select different settings. So what's my take on the Instax Mini LiPlay? Overall, I think it's a great camera. It fits in the market really well. Generally, I'm not a fan of hybrid cameras, but this one really is nice because you not only get just the hybrid camera, but you get the Instax Mini printer as well. I was actually going to buy the Instax Mini SP2 printer, so since I bought this, I don't have to buy the printer anymore. There's a price premium over the printer, but I think it's highly justified because this is a smaller package. It looks nicer and you have the camera included, which is really useful. The cost is very reasonable. It's priced at $160. I think Fuji did a really good job. The original hybrid cameras were priced too high. For example, the SQ20 started at $200, and that doesn't include the Instax printer. When you're comparing between the Instax Mini 9 or the Instax Mini LiPlay, it comes down to what you prefer. The pros for the Instax Mini 9 are that it's fully analog solution, so it has its own charm. Every picture you take is truly an original. The pros of the Instax Mini LiPlay are that you're not going to waste a lot of shots like with the Instax Mini 9. You have a lot more features. You can add frames, and you can change the exposure a little bit more.